They can be such dickheads.
Coming up on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show.
I would not be surprised if Sutton pours a little vodka in her coffee in the morning.
I remember Kyle sitting there kind of wanting to say, not wanting to say. Just say what you're gonna say.
Kyle's the puppet master.
By the time I heard some of the things that were said about me, I would like to go back and add to that conversation.
You don't eat food, and then your reason for not eating food is because you're like, I have a narrow esophagus. You're not my doctor. Young girls, women, watch this.
Put your clipboard down.
Remember in Rome it came up.
Her esophagus, because she
The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show starts right now.
Sutton, Crystal shared some information with you about Dorit talking about your drinking.
Yes.
You gotta love Crystal because she will provide information. To hear Kyle making these accusations about like drinking is so ridiculous. And then when you told me that it's not just Kyle, that it's also Dorit, that pisses me off.
Crystal snitched? Crystal!
Like if someone said about me that I'm that type of person to put vodka in my coffee.
Sutton is a drinker. She's somebody that I would not be surprised if she pours a little vodka in her coffee in the morning.
Felt like the implication was that I am an alcoholic that drinks all the time. I would want someone to tell me so I could defend myself.
I think rather than running off and telling Sutton, it would have been nice to say, oh, Dorit, geez, that's a pretty harsh comment. You didn't defend Sutton in the moment. You didn't mention that it's a harsh comment.
I think I said that I don't think that's true. That's how Sutton is.
I'm terrible at like sort of gauging because she always seems sort of fine.
She's also used to it.
That comment struck me, and that's why I brought it up.
Everybody talks about everybody behind their backs. But what Kyle and Dorit are doing, that is intentionally damaging towards me.
My intention when I had said that was more of, listen, I know she is a drinker. I mean, she doesn't hide the fact that she's a drinker. It was kind of like, I don't know if she's the type that puts vodka in her coffee. But I think that because that comment was taken in isolation, it became a bigger comment.
Of course, as soon as Dorit said that, I was thinking, oh my gosh, Sutton's going to be upset about this comment.
Sutton's made some comments about you too, Kyle, that I would have been like,
so many this season.
It seems like you're in denial about something.
With what, though? Like what?
For marriage. What's with the new wedding band?
You've already lost two sisters. Do you want to lose a third?
Oh, really? Don't do that.
Go yourself. By the way, by the time I heard some of the things that were said about me, I would like to go back and add to that conversation.
What is Dorit doing? She doesn't seem like a friend to me.
Well, why do you think she did it?
I think, again, there's a puppet master here. I think Kyle's the puppet master.
This was all based on an afternoon where Kyle went to Sutton's house.
Name them. Name them.
Well, what you did was ridiculous.
Name them.
Not having.
Name 'em.
Well, be quiet. So
Name
let me
'em.
talk, Jesus.
And Kyle was a little bit suspicious because she wasn't used to that type of behavior from Sutton, even though, I mean, that to me doesn't seem out of character for her at all.
No, I agree.
And her summation was that perhaps that Sutton had had a couple of drinks.
Like I have seen where she's been like a little off, a couple times lately, and
I remember Kyle sitting there kind of wanting to say, not wanting to say, wanting to say.
vodka can make some people very mean.
Just say what you're gonna say, especially if you've said it. It originated from Kyle.
I felt bad about the comments with the drinking, but I didn't really know some of her behavior, if that's what it was.
Oh, Sutton. Now's your chance. You can apologize. What the hell?
I wasn't the one that said it about the vodka and the coffee, so I was like, I can't control what everyone says around me, There's just, well, why didn't you, defend me?
We're all big girls and we can stick up for ourselves. It's okay.
Well, the thing is, we'd all be very busy all day long around here.
Right.
Marcellus thinks that you're an 8.5 across the board.
Hey. Marcel, he always tells me that the reason he fell in love with me is because he's like, you're an 8.5 at everything. Let me like back up on this whole 8.5 thing. Because now he's like, I never said you were an 8.5 across the board. He's like, I'm a 9.5 in my face and my body. And he said, I'm like an 8.5, 9 in all the other things, whatever. But I'm just averaging it out then. But I'm like, I'll take 8.5s across the, I don't care. If he calls me 8.5 across the board, I'm like, that is a win. You know why? Because there are a lot of people who are like 10 right here and 6 in there, and that sucks. So I will take 8.5 across the board. That is killing it. I will take it. You don't think so? That is like a badge of honor. I take that as a badge of honor. Absolutely.
Sutton, we got to see you celebrate the 4th anniversary of your store.
4 years to have a retail store open, you know, kudos to me. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight for my 4th anniversary of my store, Sutton. Look, if you don't congratulate yourself, nobody else is going to do it. I found myself again.
Yeah. And also, I think you wanted to prove something.
I started the store because I wanted to be in fashion for a long time. But James said something to me when he was little. He was like, Mommy, what do you do all day? And I was like, think about what I want to do. You know, nothing. You know, go to board meetings, plan parties, make your lunch. So I wanted to show my children that I too can run a business, work, be professional. And then of course there's Christian. When we were married, I wanted to open this store and I wanted him to help me, and he financially. He said no. Now, you know, okay, because I used my allowance to pay my rent.
It's crazy to hear an allowance. It's crazy to hear that word.
So I had been subletting. I used my allowance to pay my rent, and then I subletted so that I didn't lose money. And I subletted that place for like at least 3 years. Wow. And so when I finally opened it, and you know, I renovated that whole place so that it looked like me. So it was, you know, that's a heart of mine.
That's a big deal.
4 years since the Sutton concept opened with the mayor of WeHo, did you enact top-down change with West Hollywood parking tickets?
And also, like, parking tickets here is very strict.
Yeah, parking is a thing.
Yeah, why? Yeah. Why are y'all so strict?
Parking tickets are really strict.
Listen, West Hollywood is not going to change their parking ticket drama. In fact, I even asked the new mayor of West Hollywood. She said, I'll look into it. My employees cannot park without using the parking meter.
Right. You're going to have to pay for it.
No.
For your employees, yeah.
Fine.